Now let's move on to the things that react with oxygen. So the first one, we are going to do a combustion reaction. It's just like how it sounds. Basically, it will react with oxygen to produce carbon dioxide and water, and it pretty much explodes. This is also a redox reaction. A redox reaction is basically a reaction that when like atoms take and give simultaneously during the chemical reaction, like they will take away an electron and that way and the other one will just take a proton. Well, you can't take a proton, it'll take like two more electrons. It pretty much works like that. So I will give an example. So this is, it basically can be anything, but wait, okay. So it's a hydrocarbon plus oxygen equals to carbon dioxide plus water. So this is the gist of combustion. An example of this is butane plus oxygen So hydrocarbons, just to let you know, they are the substances made of hydrogen and carbon atoms. Like this one, there's got hydrogen and carbon. So that's combustion. Another reaction that reacts with oxygen is respiration. So this one's equation is fixed, so you don't really need to you know, scan through the thing. So this one is glucose plus oxygen equals to carbon dioxide plus water. If you haven't figured it out already, this is a reaction that happens inside your body when you breathe, basically. A chemical equation for this can be, well, it's not really can be, this is the chemical reaction. So this is glucose plus oxygen equals to carbon dioxide plus water. That's it for respiration. And next one is corrosion. Corrosion is basically when metal reacts with oxygen to form metal oxide. It's basically when a metal reacts with oxygen to produce rust. So you know how we have those nails? They're made out of iron and stuff, and those when you react with oxygen or water. Remember, or water. It could be oxygen or water. They turn into rust. So an equation So it could be this one, or I'm going to do the water one as well. The water one is that's all the stuff that react with oxygen. Now these are just random reactions. Well, they're not random. These are like categorized reactions. Like these are like, so the ones we just did, they're like, they have a structure. These also have a structure, the next ones I'm doing, but you can categorize them inside these reactions. When I put these, you will see. So first thing we're gonna do is a decomposition reaction. And this is, the structure for this is xy equals to x plus y. So it's basically when a single reactant decomposes into like several products. I'll write that down. A single reactant, you'll need to memorize this, so it's important. Breaks down into several products. H2CO3 is equals to H2O plus CO2. Now, I want you guys to remember, do you think that this is a type of chemical reaction? No. I was just trying to trick you. But it's got H2O plus CO2, so it seems very familiar, so don't get tricked. This is carbonic acid equals to water plus carbon dioxide. To be honest, this could have been a acid reaction, but it doesn't have a base, it doesn't have a metal, and it doesn't have a carbonate. So this isn't a acid reaction at all. Okay, we're gonna move on. This is still under decomposition reaction, so I'm just gonna put an arrow under decomposition. This is called thermal decomposition. So this is when basically a single reactant breaks down into several products, but only when it is heated. Metal carbonates and metal hydrogen carbonates also undergo thermal decomposition. An example is 2Na HCO3 turns into Na2CO3. That's like the worst N I've ever seen. So that's sodium hydrogen plus sodium plus carbon dioxide plus water. Sodium hydrogen carbonate, by the way. Yeah. And then sodium carbonate. An example of this is in airbags in your vehicles. When it's heated, it will react, and that is sodium azide So this is sodium azide, which equals to sodium plus nitrogen gas. Yeah. I have more random equations, but I think this should be enough. Now we're going to move on to a combination or a synthesis reaction? So this is the opposite of a decomposition reaction. This is x plus y equals to xy. So this is when two reactants produce a single product. An example, H2 plus CO2 equals to 2HCl. Hydrogen plus chlorine gas equals to hydrogen chlorine gas. If you don't know why I'm saying gas, when there's a 2 down here, it's always gas. Yeah.